What's up, YouTube? Brad, Jeff here. Back with our men's physique contest prep. 6 weeks out.
6 weeks out. East Carolina plays Virginia Tech today. Not gonna lie, not very hopeful, but doesn't mean I'm not gonna represent.
That's right. That's right. Always an opportunity. Always a chance.
You got it, absolutely. So hey, we're back with an update on our physique contest prep. We are we're the eve of, well, actually we're exactly 6 weeks out today, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly 6 weeks. So 6 weeks from today, we'll be about this time stepping on stage.
That's right.
At the men's physique contest in our area.
The Elite Classic, Quincy Roberts Elite Classic in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Woo! Looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be awesome. Hey guys, we want to give you an update today. Last time we kind of gave a very quick review just to let you know what we were up to. Today we want to cover diet. We want to cover training. Then we're going to cover our body weight and body fat update from last week. And then we're going to give you a couple of upper body torso shots to let you see progress on camera as we go through that. So Brad, you want to kick it off with the diet?
So basically what we're doing right now is we're both eating 6 meals a day. So if you're going to go with that diet, it's well known that's the easiest way to cut body fat and preserve muscle tissue. You have to get up early. So in order to get 6 meals in, you have to start your day off, by 6 o'clock typically to get those in.
Pretty much.
Basically, both of us start with, egg whites and oatmeal. Then we go to meal 2, lean turkey, chicken. You can even do fish.
You can do fish, yeah. I'm a skinny boy, so I'm lucky. I get a little bit of red meat.
Right. So right now he's using sirloin a couple times a day to get some added fat. So he has more calories actually than I do, whereas I'm a little bit higher body fat percentage, so I'm on more turkey and chicken and that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's basically lean meats, complex carbohydrates like brown rice, sweet potatoes.
Lots of green vegetables to keep your digestion flowing, making sure that as you're eating this many meals, you're getting some good greens, good healthy greens. I'm a kale lover. I love to eat a lot of kale, a lot of spinach. Brad's big on broccoli.
So I pile the broccoli on because it's very filling. There's fiber in the broccoli. When you can't have a lot of carbohydrates, that is the key to keeping your hunger satisfied, is to eat more greens. If you don't like greens, you're in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble.
So this diet is not going to be for everyone that are going to basically say I can't eat greens. There are some sacrifices and some enjoyments. I love greens, so it's not a big deal for me.
Yeah, me neither. And I'll put a little bit of onion in there, and veggies in general. As long as you don't get into, as long as you don't go crazy with it, veggies in general are going to be primarily vitamins, minerals, a lot of fiber. Yeah. You're not going to get fat. You're not going to get a ton of calories either, so it's really not going to throw your diet way off if you want to add that into whether it be your ground turkey, throwing it in with the egg whites, or the case may be. And you guys and gals are out there probably thinking like, holy cow, 6 meals a day. So, well, one of those meals is a post-workout shake. I think Brad and I both are taking in a post-workout shake. It's about 48 to 50 grams of protein. We're using an isolated whey. Specifically for this particular meal program that we're on. But 6 meals a day, what's amazing is, and we're getting ready to talk training in just a minute, but what's amazing is you shift from whatever you're currently eating, 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day. For those of you that are out there, corporate road warriors, I used to live that life. I still do. And what I would tell you is that it's not uncommon to wake up in the morning, run out the house, your breakfast is a cup of coffee, your lunch is whatever you get at Burger King, and then your dinner is also on the road as you're entertaining clients or whatnot. But what I would tell you is that going to 6 meals a day, what's amazing about it is you're actually consuming more food than what the average person would probably consume in a day.
And I think both of us, the first couple of weeks, we were struggling. Your metabolism is slow. You're not used to eating that frequently, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I can get all these meals in. I'm so full. It's just a chore, and you don't really even want to eat.
That didn't last long.
A couple weeks in, 6 meals are down, and we're hoping we got a 7th one going because metabolism starts to climb. you start to get hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. Your
body's
body becomes accustomed to frequent feedings, and that's the way to burn body fat the fastest.
You guys saw me take a sip of water. I pretty much keep water with me all day long. Brad does as well. I would say typically I'm trying to go somewhere between 2 and 3 gallons of water a day.
Yeah.
Some nutritionists would recommend maybe more. Some would recommend a little bit less. You know, here's how I measure it. Is that I want to make sure that I have plenty of hydration, so I'm not storing up a lot of water in my muscle tissue or fat tissue, either one. But what I would tell you is that if you know, the old rule is always true, where if you get thirsty, if you feel the sensation of thirst, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're already dehydrated at that point. And so I just keep it rolling all day long. Usually by lunchtime I've drank a gallon. By the time I get home at night, I'm either wrapping up or finishing my second gallon. I'm not a big carry around the jug type of guy. You know, it's just not my thing. I like to have a quart-sized bottle with me, or these small Deer Park bottles here, and I just go through those as many a day as I can.
And the more water you drink, the fuller you're going to feel as well. You will have to go to the bathroom frequently, but that's going to be a part of it as well. As far as our workouts, we're both working out a good deal. And let's be honest, you know,
when we waited a little late, some of that's our fault.
Yeah. When people can't lose weight, it's really one of two things: you're taking in too many calories, or you're not burning enough calories.
Yep.
So right now we're both doing two sessions of cardio per day, about 60 to
about an hour of cardio,
70 minutes per day of cardio, and then we have an hour and a half of weight training. So,
yep. Depending on what body part, there's, you know, a couple of body parts that are a little quicker, just not quite as many movements, as many sets. But to Brad's point, anywhere from an hour and a half. And so you do the math real quick. I mean, that's 2.5 to 3 hours a day of training.
And we're training 7 days a week, so there's no off days. So you can imagine, not to discourage anyone, but that's what you need to do to lose 2% body fat a week. And that's the crunch time that we're under. That's why you'll see us lean up really fast, really quick. Certainly you can do it a much slower, more effective way, something that's maybe easier for you and your daily routine and so forth. It's not necessary to do that much. You may do four days of weight training and 4 days of cardio, but you know, the more you do, the faster it's going to come off.
I'm
right?
distracting Brad now. Yep, absolutely. And then let's talk supplements real quick. So to go along with that, a couple of key supplements that Brad and I are both taking are we're both taking basically a Thermogenic of some sort. Thermogenic. What we're calling a Thermogenic is what everyone else calls a weight loss tablet. So some sort of weight loss tablet. The one that Brad takes is a little stronger than the one I take. It's honestly, it's personal preference. It's what you like, and we're taking it specifically as suggested by the manufacturer. We're not exceeding any dosages or anything like that. L-Carnitine. We're taking liquid L-Carnitine as well, which surprisingly, since the last time I taken it. It's amazing. They've actually figured out a way to flavor it and actually get it down without having to pinch your nose. So
yeah,
it's
actually,
awesome.
It's really good tasting now. We're using vanilla flavor by ProSupps, great L-Carnitine. We use it pre-workout and first thing in the morning, and it is effective. It's not going to be a miracle worker, but it's going to definitely allow you to lose fat faster. So it's a good product.
The other key, there's two other supplements that are, I would say, key.
We got the Whey isolate.
The Whey isolate.
So we're using whey protein every day.
Yep. And then the branched chain amino acids. So let's talk branched chain amino acids just a little bit. Brad's definitely much more keen on the chemistry of it all, but branched chain amino acids are going to be essential, especially when you're doing as much working out as we're doing, and also when you are nutritionally trying to dial it in and lose fat. So, I mean, Brad can cover sort of how they work once they hit you.
Well, they keep your body in more of an anabolic state, and what I mean by that is when you start lowering your calories down, your body tends to want to hold on to fat, and so you will lose, if not done properly, you will lose muscle just as fast as you lose fat. And that's, a lot of people have the problem of just looking at scale weight and saying, I lost 20 pounds. Well, if you lost 10 pounds of fat and you lost 10 pounds of muscle, to me, that was a failure. You know, even though you lost 20 pounds, you're probably not even looking that much better. Yeah. So the idea is to lose 20 pounds of fat and keep every bit of muscle that you've worked hard for to attain. BCAAs definitely help you do that. They're going to preserve the muscle tissue that you have, keep you in that anabolic state, and allow you to lose the majority of fat instead of muscle.
Yeah, and another good example of where in my past, and of course I'm a little older than some of you out there watching this, but in the past, branched chain amino acids were horrid. I mean, horrid, tasted terrible, which was why everybody took them in pill form for a long time, which isn't as effective because you got to wait for them to break down.
Yeah.
Then they found a way to make the powders taste good, taste like candy.
So we're using Metabolic Nutrition's TRI-PEP. I've used Skyvation's Extend.
ProSupps Amino Links.
ProSupps Amino Links. Those are 3 good ones. There's a bunch of them out there. Cellucor has one called just Cellucor BCAA.
Yep.
So any of those will work. They're flavored. Pick the flavor you like to drink. Put a lot of water in and sip it down while you're doing your workout, or throughout the day even you can do.
Yep. And the last key supplement that I would call out, other than just your typical multivitamin, which is going to continue to make sure you're getting all the nutrients and all the minerals that you need, and we absolutely recommend Irwin Naturals as far as the multivitamin goes, great complex, etc. But the last, I would say, specific supplement that I want to bring up is glutamine. Glutamine, we're taking glutamine twice a day, once post-workout, once before bed as well. So glutamine, Brad, talk to me about, like, what does that do for you?
It's basically an amino acid that's going to help with recovery. It's going to keep you from feeling depleted, help you with the muscle soreness. So when you're overtraining or training at a much higher level than what you have been, particularly as you age, this is going to help benefit you in that regard. Absolutely. And again, you can do glutamine powder as a standalone, or you can buy BCAAs that have the glutamine added to it. So depending on which BCAA, you may want to look for one that just has the glutamine already added to it. That'll save you some money.
And I just take a little extra glutamine just because of, I mean, Brad mentioned age, but you know, I'm just slightly older. Well, I'm not slightly, I'm a lot older than Brad. I'm like only a half a decade older, that's all. So I take a little bit of extra glutamine. I've got some old aches and pains just from injuries and stuff. So for me, it helps with recovery. I can definitely feel a difference. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about what you really want to know. So
how's the progress?
How are we doing? What kind of progress? So if you guys and gals are following me, I started out at 205. I started out at about, I want to say it was 11.5% body fat. By week 2, I was down to 199. I was down to 9.8% body fat. Brad and I just checked. I checked the scales this morning. Brad and I just did a caliper measurement on body fat this morning. I'm currently at 196, 197, right in that. So let's just call it 196 and a half is where I'm at today as I stand here before you. And I'm down to 8.5% body fat. So huge gains, but again, remember, we went really aggressive with our meal plan. We went very aggressive with our training, and then supplementation we covered as well. So
we're currently losing like 1.5% a week, which is basically, in a round number, 3 pounds of fat a week. And that is phenomenal to do at any age. I started at 220, around 14% body fat. Last week I was 217 at basically 12.5% body fat, and this week I am at 212 at 10.5% body fat.
Woo!
So
that's progress. That's progress.
That's progress. Yeah.
That is progress.
Now remember, we got to get down to 5%, so it's going to get a little slower as we dip into these single digits. Follow us along, and you'll see how that goes. But it does get a little bit harder to get it off as fast.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get shirtless so you guys can see the progress, not just hear the numbers and the digits and all the meal plan and everything. So I hate to take off my ECU gear. I may have to put this back on just to represent the Pirates, but we'll go ahead and strip down for you, let you see progress as it comes along.
So Jeff's doing real well. He's actually very balanced. When you do the skin fold calipers, the numbers are actually, what we do is we check the chest, the abdomen, and the mid-thigh, okay? So a three-point scale on the caliper. I have a degree in exercise science, so went to school for that, so I know how to check the body fat. If you don't know how to check your own body fat, you can go to just about any gym and they'll do it for you. But we do just the 3 sites. You can do 7 site if you want to get as accurate as possible. But the 3 site, he's very balanced. Almost the same numbers at every single location. And as you can see, the abs are coming in nicely. He's got just about all the abs coming in now. As we get lower and lower, you'll start to see even the lower ones come in. Those are the last ones to come in. And then on the sides here, this is what about 8.5% body fat looks like. And as he gets dipped down into the 7 range, this right here will be gone, and this will be much more pronounced on the sides. You want to turn to the back? Sure. And there you go. Now you're starting to see some separation in the back, and a little bit more V taper this week on the waistline. There you have it.
There you have it. Absolutely.
All right.
Brad's going to get all shirtless as well. So last week you guys were following along. We talked about, kind of just the different, height difference between Brad and I. But as you can tell, his waist is shaping in really nicely. So starting to get more V taper in. You can see Brad's got the boulder shoulders going on already. That separation between his deltoids, his bicep and tricep muscles are starting to come in. And top of his abs are starting to come in. So last week, if you guys took a look, Brad was around close to 12, 11 and 11.8.
12.5.
12.5. Wow,
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even realize that. And then down this week to 10, and so those top abs are starting to come in. That separation between chest and really right here in your chest bone, your chest plate starting to show up. And then
when we talk about V taper, you can start to see mine coming in now. What V taper basically means is that your shoulders and chest look wider than your waist. So as our waists come in smaller and smaller, you'll see more V taper, and that's what the judges are going to be looking for.
And in the weeks to come, we might even do a couple poses. Right now, we're just sort of standing here. But if you want to turn to the back, Brad. So you can see, so now Brad's back, you get that separation between trapezius major, trapezius minor right here in the center of his back. You got his lats insertion starting to show up a little bit more down here at the bottom, and that's really going to pronounce that V taper as he starts to lose that last couple of percent down here in his midsection. So as you can see, we're making progress. We're working hard for you out there. We're working hard for ourselves, of course, too. But we just want to make sure that we give a good example for the guys and gals who follow us out there to follow and to hit us up for any questions that you have if you want some personal help with your diet or your meal plan or your supplement plan for that matter. So, yep.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like us. Comment below if you have any questions. We'd be happy to answer them for you, because real knowledge
is for real results.